Sometimes I feel like life would be a lot easier and simpler if I could go back to the 1500s and not have the distractions of modern day life around. But there was one time that I went to school and didn't have my phone with me and I almost cried because I was so bored without the internet, so I don't know what I'd do in the Middle Ages. I'd probably go mad. Hey there guys! Today's video is all about mindfulness and unplugging from electronic devices to help you kind of get into that Zen zone. And I understand the irony of filming a video on my phone and uploading it on my laptop for you to watch on your laptop or phone to tell you to put your phone down, but I don't really have another method of getting my message out there. I mean, maybe if I stand on street corners and yell, but people might think I'm crazy. I am crazy, but I don't need people thinking that. In modern life, pretty much everything that we do is done from our laptops or our phones. And that's a great thing. It's made so many processes so incredibly simple, and it's given us the ability through the internet to connect with people around the world. So this video is not vilifying the internet or social media or technology at all, because I love it. I wouldn't be able to do the things I love without having the internet at my fingertips every single day. But the issue is, I have realised that I have a serious case of phone addiction. And phone addiction is not like recognised as an actual addiction, but I'm just saying that a lot of people, myself included, are incredibly addicted to our phones, and it gets to the point where if I don't have my phone or access to the internet, I can get very stressed and very upset. And it's really bad for my mental well-being, but I've also noticed a knock-on effect with my physical well-being. So I just wanted to film a little video to talk about how you can unplug in like a healthy, chill way so that you can enjoy a bit more of life without having your phone with you 24/7. So firstly, I want to present to everyone watching this video a little challenge. And it's a challenge that I have been working with, and it's difficult. It sounds so simple, but it is quite difficult. And that's basically to choose a small amount of time, like 5, 10, 15 minutes, and decide that every single day, for at least 15 minutes, you are gonna put your phone down, turn your laptop off, maybe turn the TV off, and do something else. That something else could be reading a book, you could paint, you could go outside, you could exercise, whatever, but you need to use the time that all of your devices are off to do something that isn't reliant on technology. And then say every week or maybe every month, you increase that amount of time by just a little bit. So 5 minutes might turn into 10, might turn to 15 to 20, and so on and so forth. And you don't have to use the numbers that I'm using. It's best to tailor it to you because you know how addicted you are to your devices. You might be someone who is not really addicted to your devices at all, but you're noticing that you're using it a bit more than usual and you would like to scale back a bit. You could be someone like me who has a massive case of phone addiction and internet addiction, and you think to yourself, I need a crash course in how to put it down and go experience life. So all you need to do is choose whatever number of time you think works for you to put your phone down and go do anything else that isn't reliant on technology, and then just increase that amount of time over a set number of weeks or months. A lot of the times when people think about unplugging, they think it's going to be incredibly boring. And I can attest to that. At the start, sometimes it is incredibly boring. Now, I'm someone who loves to read, and in recent years, I haven't read that much because I'm so stimulated by what's going on my laptop or my phone or on TV, and I thought to myself, I really want to get back to reading. And through putting my phone down and being away from technology and getting back to reading, it also reminded me that there are lots of other hobbies and skills that I love to do that aren't reliant on technology. So I think the best thing to do when you're trying to unplug is to fill your time with lots of other hobbies that you enjoy, or things that you don't know if you enjoy but you think you might. I've recently got into painting. I got my parents to buy me a keyboard and I've been playing piano, I've been learning Spanish through books, I've been doing so many other things and building up so many skills, and it gives you a great rush to be doing all of this stuff and not just focusing on the internet. Now of course, all of these things you can learn through the internet. It makes it very simple. But if you're someone who is very addicted to technology and social media and things like that, you'll find that you'll start working on a hobby for a little bit, but then within 5 minutes, you've clicked off to something that isn't important and you've not unplugged. A really important thing to consider when you're someone who is addicted to, say, social media or your phone or TV, a really, really important thing to consider is, what are you taking in? It's not even just the act of always being on your phone or always being on the internet, but it's what are you looking at and consuming every day? And are the things that you're consuming helpful or hurtful to you? I noticed that I was spending a lot of time looking at pictures or videos of people that had like idyllic and perfect lives on social media, and it wasn't doing anything good for me. It was just making me constantly compare myself to those other people. But now that I'm spending more of my time away from social media and I'm focusing on building up skills and having fun with hobbies, I'm realizing that my life is actually a lot fuller than I thought it was. I kept comparing my lives to the lives of others and thinking I don't stack up. But now that I'm doing all of these fun, amazing things with my life, I feel a lot more satisfied and a lot happier. So it's really important to closely examine what it is you're actually taking in through social media and think to yourself, is this a hindrance or is this helpful? Now, I know, just like everyone else knows, that modern technology is a great way to connect people all over the world. It's a great way to stay in touch with friends that are far away from you. So for that, I love it. It's amazing. But don't let the idea of solely contacting people over the phone or over email or through DMs, don't let that make you forget about face-to-face conversations. Because there are a lot of times when I'll talk to friends solely through the internet, and that's great, but every now and again I try to think to myself, you know what would be great? What would be great is if I look at my schedule and I get them to look at their schedule and we try to carve out some time to actually be together in person, because it creates a really strong connection. Like one of my best friends, she lives in London, and so I will text her and call her and we'll hang out, we'll do that a lot, like through social media and stuff and over the phone. But she's actually coming up here to visit me. She's coming to my neck of the woods to see me because we decided, you know what, we actually need to carve out some time to see each other face to face, because I don't want our relationship to solely be online. If you're someone who uses your phone a lot of the time for work, it can be quite overwhelming when you're also using your phone for pleasure, because you're basically on your phone 24 hours a day. I set up an Instagram and fashion account, so I spend a lot of my time on my phone, like going through my feed, taking photos, editing photos. I also do a lot of the work for my blog through my phone as well. So I try to limit the use of my phone solely to that. I'll limit it to work and maybe emergencies like calling people, and then I'll try to put it down for the rest of the day, because otherwise I'm staring at my phone all day. I'll use my phone for the things I need to use it for, and then maybe every now and again I'll be like, I'll have an hour where I'll use my phone. I'll look at videos, I'll look at Twitter, I'll do this and that. But if I didn't tell myself, you know, it's just that hour that you're using the phone for fun, I would be on it all day because I spend the bulk of my time working on my phone. So it's important to kind of strike a balance, because for me, my phone is a work tool, and for a lot of people I understand that it also is. So it's important to strike that balance, otherwise you're never unplugging. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you are someone like me who has a phone addiction and you're noticing that it's kind of taking over your life with all the technology and stuff, I hope you're able to use some of these tips to unplug and kind of get back into the real world. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel so you can see all my other content, and I will see you later. Bye!